Hello and welcome to episode 18 of our Let's Play Hearts of Iron 3 as Italy. Remember from last time, the big news is that we managed to trap the Soviet forces in Yugoslavia down here. And while the Americans have their landing in Persia... Actually, there are a lot of Americans in Persia. I did not know that. But otherwise, everything seems much the same as before. Yep. But yeah, I think Europe's where we're going to be focusing on. Oh! Yep, that's right, I forgot about the Japanese in East Africa. They've got a few divisions there, so hopefully they'll expand. But yes, here is where we're expanding. Or here's where we're going to be focusing attention on for this episode, I think. So, I was thinking I've kind of got to pull these troops out of here and send them down to Yugoslavia to finish off the Soviets. I was trying to think of the best way to do it. I was thinking you should probably thin out the fronts, but the easiest way is just to order them back and then just let the Germans come in and try and take over the front while we're not there. There are probably better ways of doing this, but I think they would imagine more micromanaging and yeah. So we do it like this. I just got a bit confused there because I had 5 divisions in my corps. For some reason I thought there were 4. And the obligatory Soviet attacks at the start of an episode, which all fail after taking, killed 266 from a loss of 8. I cannot complain about that. Thank you, Soviets. Don't really see much point in pushing them forward when falling back everywhere else. Okay, I hope this works out alright. Germans do have a few divisions in the area. This is the Slovaks, so maybe it'll be alright. But yeah, a bit of a gap in Soviet-Slav and Jalava, which I hope the Soviets don't exploit. Oh no, we lost a bit of Slovakia there. Oh, looks like we'll get it back fairly soon. My guys are low on supplies. Alright, just get these other 2 divisions to support the attack. I think there's also one in Bratislava. Well, the headquarters in Bratislava. Okay, we should win there fairly soon. Yeah, the Soviets are starting to push around our flank, but not with any particular strength. So the Germans should be able to deal with that. If I was really good, I would have ordered them to strategically redeploy so they get there quicker. Oh, this will still work. It's not too far to travel. The offensive stopped because of lack of supplies. That's becoming a recurring theme in this playthrough. I'm just going to get my armoured divisions to just push forward and start moving into the lowland areas. Like, they aren't going to be very good in attacking directly across the Alps. So I'll send them down towards Trieste. I mean, also probably not particularly good at urban warfare, and they're going to have to go through Trieste to get anywhere, but probably urban warfare before mountain warfare for tanks, I don't know. By the way, once they grab Trieste, then it's all kind of open country down the coast. Yeah, I reckon we'll win that battle there. Plus also capturing whatever that province is. Take pressure off my garrison troops then retreating, either withdrawing or retreating. So many of my generals have reached like their maximum ability. I really should actually get round to, swapping them around a bit, but I don't want to take all that time to like reorganise them and stuff when I've got fighting to do. And Berlin is right on the front lines. Some ground for the Americans. Actually, I think that province keeps switching back and forth, and then the Bulgarians will go grab it for me. Then the Americans will get it, then get it back. Okay, cool, it looks like the front's held. Infantry's almost in position, and those guys can start pushing straight over the Alps. It's been a while since we've sunk any convoy ships, so I'll order my fleet back to Toronto just to repair. That destroyer flotilla there in particular was in bad shape. There's no point losing any more. I think I lost one light cruiser at some point during that. Just fighting the convoys. Maybe it was a destroyer flotilla, I lost something. Okay, just attack straight through to Trieste. Infantry just to, well, attack on the broad front. Hopefully the Soviets are well out of supplies now, we can just keep driving them back. And eventually pin them against the ocean or a border and, make them surrender. Okay, the Germans are attacking as well. Whether that Panzer Division could probably be very useful around Berlin right now. No, they've still got supplies. No, well, we'll just wear them down the old-fashioned way. Actually, probably forcing around supplies probably is the old-fashioned way, but whatever. Ooh. I only managed to counter me, but right. Someone's run out of supplies. Also in Trieste they ran out of supplies. That's pretty good, especially since Trieste was probably one of the major ports that they would bring supplies in. So it's probably a case of the frontline troops have supplies, but at the expense of everyone else. And this battle is not going very well for us. In fact, we've almost lost, and I wasn't paying attention. So we'll get those. We're going to have to like cycle divisions through here, it looks like. Look, that one's already retreating. Well, hopefully this one can hang on for a few more days, then I'll withdraw it. And let these two new divisions take up the fight. Okay, no, didn't quite make it. Alright, so we lost a little bit there. But our counter-attack is going very well. Just get another division to support the attack, and the core HQ, not that it actually does anything. Well, it gets us a different general. It looks like we'll win this one pretty handily. Okay. Then hopefully those two divisions will get a bit of time to recuperate. I think these garrison divisions are going to be completely useless now. Like, there's no way they're going to be able to keep up with my tanks or even my infantry. Okay, seems like we won 3 out of 4 crossings of the Alps there. We'll attempt the 4th again in a minute, just once they recover a bit of organisation. Where's Berlin gone? I thought it was right on the front lines. No, that's not it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the Germans have actually managed to push the Soviets back actually a fair way. Well, that's good. Very good, in fact. How should I do this? Yeah, I think we'll just drive the armoured divisions right through to capture the next port heading south. Just in case they do still have some supply convoys coming through. Should be good enough. Oh yes, straight out. Yep, you've got no supplies. Or very few supplies. So, good win there. And this time, we get driven back. I don't think so, not just, they're only attacking with infantry. I think it was the armoured divisions that killed us last time. Oh, they managed to encircle my armoured divisions. Easy problem to solve there. And then let's just push right up. And maybe we could even try and trap some of these guys against our infantry forces, since we've managed to push our armoured troops right back around the flank. What's that parachute division just sitting in Trieste? Like, it's not even withdrawing anywhere, but it hasn't captured the place. Oh no, it's gone. Cool. Well, that solves that mystery. Cool, the Germans are starting to push up in the south here as well. But oh, another division retreated in that battle. Now, I'm not going to move up and follow the frontier, just because it looks, yeah. If anything, I'll just pull that other corps back down to the south here again to help out. Okay, hopefully all those divisions will end up being trapped and surrounded just here. Or at least in the near future. Cool, we formed one pocket with a lot of soldiers in it. And that battle's not actually going that well for us. Oh, the parachute division's back. Okay. And looks like most of the Soviet, well, all the Soviet forces in that province retreated. I'm sure that garrison division will surrender. Surrender, I mean, not retreat. Yeah, I'm sure that garrison division will surrender in a minute. Either once my troops block its retreat, or when it gets into crunch and it gets destroyed. Actually, maybe we could do the same thing. Push the armoured divisions around the coast and drive them back up towards the Hungarian border and try and trap a bunch more. I mean, it looks like that big stack will probably escape this encirclement. I mean, they're in no condition to fight, so it's not that big a deal as long as we keep the pressure up. But, no, they'll surrender eventually. Once I drive them back to Albania or wherever we're going to end up. Yeah, I'll just send them to Trieste just in case that parachute division does turn out to, I don't know, somehow randomly capture the city after I've left. The fleet looks like it's repaired. Well, almost completely repaired. I see lots of technologies popping up, so I should get rid of them all. Spotting, basing, yeah. So everything from fighter pilot training down. Yeah, we should go add a few more ones. Naval's all done here. Oh, we actually did want fighter pilot training to stay. And in theory, civil defense. Be very useful. Nothing in secret industry. Just get all the 1942 and maybe that 1943. Mechanical computing would be pretty useful. Yeah, I'll get it. Leave radar behind because I don't have any radar bases. I might have a few in England now I think about it, but I don't care. Okay, hopefully this will work. Yeah, okay, I'll pull this core out now since it's well behind the front lines. And where can it go? Actually, yeah, just go down and capture the next port for us. Okay, we have trapped a bunch of Soviet divisions. So let's just drive them back. And again, we are swapping that province with the Americans. Those are very experienced brigades. Although they should be, they've invaded like half the world, or half of Europe. Alright, well these ones shouldn't last very long. Let's just get these guys to go forward. Should do our part for this little offensive that's happening. But if you look around, the German forces near me are all actually, not all, but mostly not German. It's in Romanian, Bulgarian, Finnish, more Bulgarians. When you look at the Hungarian divisions, are actually fairly German in nature. There you go. I should actually look to see how many that was, because it was a lot of divisions just randomly surrendered then. we could go try that again, but I'm thinking the better option now, maybe not the better option, but we probably should be trying to actually focus on getting these ports, because they still are obviously getting some supplies through. So that must be coming in via those ports. But then we could... I don't know. The thing is, the ultimate goal is actually just to destroy all the soldiers. You know, Yugoslavia doesn't actually matter all that much in a strategic sense. It's just what's the easiest way of doing it. The thing is, if I capture the ports, it's probably going to take longer, but... Actually, yeah, if I capture the ports, it'll take longer, but we should take less manpower losses, because they won't be able to resist us. And manpower is still... well, it's down to 4 now, so it's actually really short. Whereas if I went and continued, you know, fighting along the border with Hungary and Romania and then Bulgaria, and surrounded their troops, they'll probably actually inflict more casualties on me. So anyway, the long version of that, or the short version of that, is I'm going to go and capture the ports. And I'll probably just, you know, use my armoured divisions to just keep the pressure on the Soviet forces along the Hungarian border. Just mainly try and prevent them from harassing my infantry. And now I think about the usual way to do it would be the other way around. Whatever. I kind of like using my armoured troops in the shielding role, because their speed means that they can fight, or they can effectively cover a greater area than infantry could. Whereas I'm kind of confident that I can keep all those soldiers bottled up with these 4 armoured divisions from, I suppose, ultimately Albania to wherever we are now, like Croatia. Like, I'd need a lot of infantry to do the same task. I kind of want to get some of these infantry and stuff through quickly. I mean, the main reason they're not coming is because I'm upgrading all, well, everything at the moment. But we'll get them eventually. Okay, pushing up towards Danzig and Poznan and Breslau. Okay, doing pretty alright there. And lots of Americans here, and they're spread out, but I see lots of Romanians, Bulgarians, Afghans, Persians there to fight them. So hopefully they'll manage alright. Cool, getting something from holding that little bit of Slovakia. It's odd that like I didn't give it back to them when I recaptured it. Still hold Gibraltar, it's just running with there's any point pushing down to Albania where the British have the port. I mean, we hold Suez Canal, we hold Gibraltar, so they can't get any supplies in. So no. Let's just try seeing how well we can attack over here. And the answer is alright, but there are a lot of Soviet forces here. Because it actually looks like they have more divisions along this front than I do. since the Soviets aren't advancing, we might as well try and trap them against the border. Although it will be tricky with only 4 divisions. But like I say, these guys, the main role isn't to kill the Soviets, it's just to allow us to capture the ports. Okay, can't go to the casino. Maybe there's some Soviet ships in the area. I did see that there were there's 2 ships sitting down there in the Dubrovnik still, I think. Okay, we might get 2 divisions to surrender. It's better than nothing. We've captured 2 of their ports. Okay, the problem was that we were actually clicking on the ocean and not the island. So Dubrovnik is the last one to capture. Or the last one we have to capture. I might as well send those guys to fight the British, just because. Okay, I saw we won that battle here. It's good, it just took a very long time. But one of our divisions, the Division in Libya, looks like it took the brunt of the fighting, but everything else is in fairly good condition. So once it gets there, or once the infantry get there, might as well. I really should do something about that because it happens a lot. Just slow down my headquarters divisions. Probably just attach like some anti-tank guns to them all. Although that would actually require a fair bit of anti-tank guns brigades. I'll just continue the push if we can. I mean, the Soviets aren't really doing anything to prevent our infantry. We managed to surround a couple of Soviet divisions there. And they've surrendered. That little encirclement's not really going to trap much of anything. But it will gain us a huge chunk of territory, including Belgrade. Alright, infantry's here. Attack, not support. And the armoured division can support. Okay, plenty of our troops attacking. And they are very slowly wearing down the Soviets. It's bad weather, it's night, we're out of supply, we've got a stacking penalty. So they're not in great shape there. Let's see if these guys can go a bit better here. The answer is yes. But again, it looks like it's going to take a long time to win that battle. There actually aren't that many Soviet troops left in here after those two big encirclements. Oh cool, and my allies are driving the Americans back in Persia. Okay, well I'll cancel that attack and just focus on this one for now, which has made some progress, but my guys haven't taken that very well at all. Okay. Had a bit of random FPS issues there, sorry. I find that I was doing it again, sorry. Towards the end of the game, sometimes it can get a bit laggy. Just because there'll be so much going on. It's almost 1945. We're good. No more FPS issues. I don't think so, I think it's alright. So we've almost captured Dubrovnik, we just captured Belgrade. Oh, the Germans have almost captured Danzig. But the front there, I was going to say it looks like it's sealed down, but the Germans actually don't have any soldiers on the front. Okay, once more around Selim. But that attack on, is it cars in there? Doesn't look like it's actually going very well at all. Oh no, we get in there. It just seems a bit painful. So obviously it did still have some ships going to Dubrovnik because we just sunk one of them. But we just captured it. So that is the last Soviet held port in Yugoslavia. I don't even think they've got any airfields left. No, they don't. So there's absolutely no ways they can get supply. Why can't I capture this place? There's no way they can get supplies to their troops now. And at that point, I accidentally pushed the stop recording button, and I played for 2 more days before I realised. But the only thing I actually did was stop the Battle of Kars because I was taking heavy losses. So I don't think I'll be pushing forward there anytime soon, actually. You see here, doing alright in Persia. The Japanese have actually conquered Oman. So no, that probably actually just happened in the last 2 days. And they're also, well, they're kicking ass in East Africa. And has anything else happened? Australia's gained a bit of territory. Looks like, oh, Japan captured that island, but still didn't grab Midway. Oh, did they also just capture Atu Island? Whereas they had that for a while, I can't remember now. So, it'll be great if the Soviets and the Japanese could fight the Soviets. But anyway, that's it for this time. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all later.